Today, mom and pop shops are celebrated and recognized for their unique contributions to communities. Maddie Pistorius heard from local small business owners about why their store is just as important as larger corporations. Maddie?
That's right, Luke. Baton Rouge local bookstore Red Stick Reads is noticed for its qualities that set them apart from corporate competitors.
In the heart of Baton Rouge's mid-city, a husband and wife made their dream a reality.
Sometimes you just have to jump and figure it out along the way.
4 years ago, James and Terry Highfield realized they wanted a future where their jobs and family goals were in line.
That lack of happiness, that lack of peace of mind is what started the conversation for the bookstores.
And when starting, they realized what they thought was going to be their biggest downfall was actually their greatest strength.
The response we started to get was that people appreciated that we had curated, that we had made a small selection, that it wasn't so overwhelming when they walked in.
Selections within their smaller space that make customers feel understood and recognized is a priority.
It became very important that when people walked in here, representation mattered. You wanted to see yourself in that book. It's not like what you're typically going to expect to find, and that's sort of become what we pride ourselves on, is, you know, sort of off the beaten path.
Staying thoughtful and intentional shapes the variety provided to customers.
And we were happy to let the community inform us on what do you want more of.
Creating a community was another goal.
When they're not home, this is the second place they feel just as comfortable. You want a place that you are invested in and that you feel is invested back in you.
Community members recognize what it takes to start a business.
Passion. That's it. Find your voice and find what you're passionate about.
And with their experience, the Highfields can advocate just that.
Follow your dreams. That's my that's my advice. Follow your dreams, even though they seem crazy to somebody else. Do it.
Red Stick Reads hopes that those in need of feeling a connection in their community can find it in theirs and in other mom and pop shops.
Picking up trash in the community is one thing, but collecting it as data for environmental research is another. News reporter Maddie Pistorius has more on the Marine Debris Tracking app.
I just found this Coke can and a lot of other trash, and I'm going to track what it is and where I found it on the Marine Debris Tracker app, where the data I'm collecting is contributing to a larger community project.
LSU law students gathered in Old South Baton Rouge to collect and identify trash.
They're not just picking up litter in the community, but they're also collecting data with an app called Marine Debris Tracker. It's used across the world, so that we can log the actual types of litter they're picking up.
The data students collected is for a project funded by the Environmental Protection Agency, one that emphasizes environmental justice. The app is used to help document specific trash products and locations. On Saturday, the head of the grant, Jeff Keeney, and the LSU Sustainability Manager, Lisa Mahoney, partnered together to send students out to do their part. On Chime Street, law students Lance Harvey and Sigrid Sotard set a goal to collect the most trash.
Oh, we found everything.
The cleanup's focus was for community engagement.
A big part of this grant is to work with those neighborhoods and not just pick up litter, but we have community engagement coordinators that are working with us on this grant, and they're going into the community and working with the organizations in the community.
By finding out the types of trash in these areas, businesses can begin to remediate litter in their underdeserved communities.
Why is it happening, and where is it occurring? And then working with them and them defining what those are.
Some decisions can be to add more trash cans or incorporate a pickup service through mini grants.
And the more clean and healthy our environment is, the better quality of life that we have, and also economic development is spurred by that as well.
By just picking up this small piece of trash, I'm contributing to a larger understanding of the problems and solutions in this community. For Tiger TV News, I'm Maddie Pistorius.
LSU Sustainability calls for LSU students to join in keeping campus and surrounding neighborhoods clean and green. A bill moving through the state legislature could ban the teaching of diversity, equity, and inclusion in Louisiana. Tiger TV's Maddie Pistorius is in the studio with more on this bill.
That's right. The move stems from nationwide efforts to apply control over educational curriculum and materials. Last week, the Louisiana Republican State Central Committee passed a resolution to ban within both public and private colleges in the state. Louisiana would be following Florida and 5 other states in outlawing DEI practices within higher education. LSU shows DEI through reinforcing a culture of inclusion and initiating progress, according to their website. RSCC members' efforts argue that these programs make students feel more unwelcomed than welcomed. LSU's DEI department did not provide a comment on the matter. However, students spoke up about their personal concerns.
How can you learn unless you're in class that teaches you about these things?
Diversity is everywhere, not even like in school, but like everywhere else in the world.
Everyone should know about diversity and like the importance of diversity. Like, I don't think any one race is better than the other, and I think it's important to teach that.
This resolution passed with no discussion amid a nationwide movement led by Republicans to end observed wokeness efforts in education.